Back when they only had one wall green.
Jamison.
The things people want.
That was an accident.
Looks like it.
This is a story about two kinds of people. The people who buy, the customers in a competitive market, and the people who help them get what they want, the salesmen. We're all customers quite often, and we're all salesmen now and then. Salesmen of things and of ideas. And there's a lot to selling, anything. There are rules and ways of doing the selling job that have to be followed if we expect to be successful in a competitive market. Well, now, here's Don Evans. He's a pretty good young salesman, lots of drive, spends his time off the floor studying his product, planning his next day's work. Only trouble
Today,
is,
he's written a
sometimes
manifesto.
Evans thinks he has all the answers.
Say, Don.
Oh, yes, Mr. Carter.
Can you come into my office for a few
And
minutes?
here's Jim Carter, Evans' boss.
So the narrator just talks over
He
the
doesn't
dialogue.
always agree with Evans.
Sorry, we should have introduced him a little
My
sooner.
calendar says that you've been with us just 3 months to the day.
That's right.
Still like it?
Oh, yes, sir. I like selling. I like it.
Damn, I wanted to
I
fire
like
you
the
and
job,
have it
too. I just
mean
hope
something.
the job likes me.
Sit down.
Notice
Well,
you haven't
Don,
sold
for a
as
man
much
who's
as someone
only
who's
3
worked here
months, I
10
think
years
we're doing
longer
all
than you.
But you know, Don, successful selling in this business or any other isn't all just a matter of natural ability or the will to win.
Sometimes
It's a
you've
lot of
got
hard
to
work,
put out.
study, practice, and above all, a thorough understanding of what selling is really all about. You remember, Don, when you first came here, we had several sessions on what selling really is and how to go about it?
Uh-huh.
I think you caught on fast, too, for a start.
How long did
Before we
it
go
take you to
any
get the
further,
taste of my
it might be
balls
a
out of
good
your
idea
mouth?
to see where we're at so far. You know, Don, right now you're forming sales habits that are going to stay with you. It's easy to form the wrong habits that are hard to get rid of. On the
What we
other hand,
call
it's just as
sales
easy now
puberty.
to form the right habits. So let's analyze this selling job of yours once more just to see how we stand.
Well, I guess the first thing in selling is to know your product. You sure can't do much selling unless you know what you're talking about.
Good, good.
You
Do you
know,
feel my
I've been
foot
noticing
going
lately
up your
how
thigh?
many salesmen
there?
really don't know their products. Only yesterday, I saw an electric shaver in Johnson's window down the street. And I'd been needing a new one, so I thought I'd go in and find out how this one worked.
Well, I don't know just what kind of motor it's got in it, but we sell lots of them. Lots of them. No complaints either.
Yeah, sure, I know, but I've had a couple of these things. One of them was okay, but I lost it. The other only ran half the time. So I'd like
You
to know
mad at
what's
the
what
product
before I
because you
buy it.
lost it?
Well, we handle a lot of different makes
It's
of shavers
losable.
in this place.
And the other one only worked half the time. The other half, it was
Sure,
off. Can you imagine shaving 12 hours a day?
All that guy needed to make a sale was just a little information about his product. I was all ready to part with $20, but not without knowing what I was buying. And he didn't know his product, so he lost the sale.
That's right, Don. Product knowledge is essential.
Since then, that
What
man has
that
been put
is,
to
what
death
more do
for
you
his
need?
failure.
Well, I remember we talked about a plan for selling.
That's right, the 4-step sale. Of course, there are lots of ways of breaking down the steps in a sale. But for my dough, this 4-step plan of ours covers the ground. And Don, right out there on that business street,
He
you
just
can see those
destroy
4
the
steps at
blind.
work all day long. Take, for example, the first step, finding prospects. All those people out there, they're prospects.
Or
Prospects for all
marks, as
sorts
we
of
call
products.
them.
That's why those stores out there are located where the greatest number of people pass by. In other kinds of selling, of course, like ours, you have to go find the prospects yourself, most of them.
Rope
You
him
have
in.
to use
Use
every
a bear
device
trap.
under the sun to find people who can qualify as prospects for our product. Those other steps of the sale are being worked out there, too. Take the second step, creating the desire to own. That flapjack operation over there, creating the desire to eat. in
A
this
flapjack
case.
operation.
The idea is to present your product to the prospects in whatever way appeals to them most.
Oh, no, you can't
make
buy
them
food
want
here.
it.
This is an operation,
That
not a
flapjack boy
restaurant.
has it, and it's the same idea no matter what the product.
Would you like to
Take that kid
own
over
one of
there.
these lovely
He has a
pancakes?
prospect. He has created the desire to own.
Flapjack man
But
knows
unless he can
nothing
get
of
the
his
man to part
product.
with a nickel, he's just been wasting his time. That's
You know, I
sometimes
had
the
a
toughest part of the
flapjack
job.
once.
But it's
Lost
the
it,
payoff.
though.
That's right.
Only worked
Before
for
the old
that.
tightwad come across. There, that was a perfect example of the third step of a sale, getting the decision to buy. And there's an example of the final step.
I was already there with
delivering
my
the product
syrup,
right.
but
By
no
delivering
one could
the
explain how to
packages
get
right
it
her
on to
car,
the
clerk has
flapjack.
followed up the sale with a goodwill gesture that should bring the customer back again, and may help get her to send in her friends.
Franz.
Well, I think I've got those 4 steps pretty well in mind, Mr. Carter.
I'm ready to step into your
In
shoes.
fact, I've got them all down right here. And in addition, I've tacked on some reminders of some of those other things we talked about.
You
know, the
could
rules
benefit
for
from
handling
this, you
people.
old fat
Good, let's hear
bastard.
Ask questions. That's point number 1. Seems like the
What?
only way you can find out how to handle
The
a
question
prospect
mark
is to
man.
ask questions that
The
will get him to
demon.
give you the information you need.
Asking an earnest about a thing.
Let the prospect talk.
Even if
That's the
he's
only way you can discover what he
wasted
really
torso
wants, what he's
disappeared.
interested in, whether you're on the way to selling.
That's right, Don. If you do all the talking, you get darn
You
little
have
help from the
tiny
prospect.
legs and no genitals.
So you let him talk. What's your next point?
Don't argue. Arguments just make people mad.
Make
You don't
boobs
get
out of
people
your
to buy
eyes.
things by making them mad at you.
Sit
Try to set them
down
straight,
for it
but
so that you
Not
know.
by arguing. In fact, you can win an argument and lose the sale. Yes, but. The old
Yes,
one,
but.
too. You tell
Yeah,
the
yes.
No,
prospect,
that says but
yes, that would
yes.
seem to be the case. But there's another angle.
You know, Don, using
Be
yes,
very
but
angry.
is one way to avoid an argument and get the prospect thinking along your line.
Yes, sit down and cover
Agree.
your
He
mouth.
says may be partly true, or
It's
used
on the
to be
previous
true,
slide.
and then get in your licks.
Repeat the objection.
Jack
Then the
off this
prospect knows
big
you've got it
thing.
straight. Or maybe he'll back down a little, or even admit that this isn't his real objection at all. And finally, concentrate on the main objection.
Be ready to
Answer
shoot
it to
that
the prospect's
fucker.
complete satisfaction. You can usually get him so he has to say yes when you ask for that order. Of course, there's probably a lot more to this business than handling people.
Yes,
Well,
and if you
Tom,
can't
that's all
grease
good
the wheels,
stuff.
be prepared to grease your asshole.
You seem to have the right slant on a lot of things. But someplace along the line, you seem to have missed one of the most important points of all.
The
Well, I covered almost
blowjob.
everything.
Look, Don, you talk about rules for handling people.
See
But
where
just
your
what are you
face
trying to
is
accomplish
in
with
reference
these
to my
people, these
penis?
prospects? What are you driving at?
Well, I guess I'm trying to get them to buy the product.
Sure, but why should they buy it? Why do they buy it?
Well, because it's tops. Because it's got what they want.
Got what they want. All right, now you're getting someplace.
But we sell
But what
things
is
they
it that
don't
they
want,
want?
that they don't need, that
What
aren't
do people want
tops.
from any
How do you get
product?
those rubes to buy
Well, the
our
buyer's
shit?
interests. Why do people buy one product instead of another? What are you trying to prove to people with all your product knowledge and so on?
I'm trying to get them to buy.
Buy what?
The
I don't know why
product,
you're
boy.
being so mean to me all of a sudden.
Look, nobody told me 10 years ago it was a bad
Look,
idea to
Don.
open a business where we went to the dump, hauled truckloads of garbage back
You've got
into
a
the
whole
city and tried to
mass
sell
of
it?
Sales information stored up there inside your head, but
Whose
you've
fault is
forgotten what
that?
you're trying to accomplish.
Why, it's yours.
Think it over.
Where were you?
What do people want from any product? What do they want out of life? What are the buyer's interests?
Leachate. It's garbage juice.
How could drawing a bad Christmas tree help me?
The people want.
Must have been nice when you could smoke.
Smoke a lot.
Oh, they sell
Geometric
doodles, I
shapes.
get
These geometric shapes don't translate into human figures. Maybe some good old amphetamines for inspiration. That's right. What everyone really wants at the end of the day is a good hearty smoke.
Oh, what do people want?
What's the matter, Don? Don't you know what people want?
Oh, good. He's going to be tempted by the devil.
Oh, never mind about where I am. I'm just the guy inside your noggin. The
Oh, he's
guy
grown a
who
tumor
really
from all that
knows
smoking.
What you know about what people want.
What people want. That again.
That's right. You know what people want. Take yourself, for example. How do you like to come home to an easy chair? A pleasant, warming fire in the fireplace. Just relax with your slippers.
Look just like his shoes.
Your pipe. Your newspaper. Solid comfort. Yes, comfort is mighty important to you and to a lot of other people. That's one of the things you and lots of other people want. Then, take a mother with her child, her most priceless possession, her baby.
I'm glad he
What's the angle
clarified
there?
that.
Yes.
Why, the
That's what
safety
they
of that
sell.
baby. Mother's
Babies.
only thought as she tucks her precious baby in. Safety from
I
all
learned that in a
harm.
Darman movie. You can
Safety through the night.
buy a child.
Oh, yeah, for just a couple
Safety
installments
is
of
one
down
of the most
payment.
important things in the
Yes.
world to people.
But not that
Sometimes
child.
safety
No,
is
no,
the
you don't
only
want
thing that really matters.
Crip.
On the other hand, why does a farmer use a windmill instead of a
Because.
power pump?
And that's all.
Economy. Fuel to run a windmill is free. Economy. The farmer's first consideration in using a windmill. A thing of first importance to many people. And why do we have jet planes?
Because
Why?
the other ones were so
one
goddamn
reason.
slow.
Performance. Performance.
The
Do a
Wright brothers
better
couldn't
job
even
than
do
anything else.
nothing.
Performance from a jet plane. Performance from a lawnmower. To some
Yes,
people,
'cause
performance
the
is the
first
only
thing I
that
think
counts.
of when I see a jet plane is
Durability.
performance.
Bridges. Man-made structures which must last for generations, which tell us just how important durability can be to people. Durability. How long will it last? And here's a picture to delight the eye and quicken the pulse of every beholder. To many people, like the artist, appearance is all important. Beauty in women.
Yes.
Beauty
Be
in
like an
many other
airplane
things.
bridge lady, and you'll be a great
Well,
salesman.
that's it. Those are the 6 things that people want. The
He's gonna
6
draw an
buyer's
airplane
interests. Of course,
in a dress with
sometimes
bridges
they
for
call it by other
legs.
names, but it's the same thing.
I was thinking
For
more along the
example,
lines of Shazam,
take
and
that
I'm trying to
cigarette.
remember all the different
Pick a
words.
certain brand, maybe for its flavor or its firmness or the fact that it doesn't make you cough. Well, in a cigarette, those things all add up to
Carcinogens. Fun
performance
little
in a cigarette.
friends.
The safety and durability of a cigarette? Is that what he's
Look
going
on
to...
it. With my product, all I have to do is give a complete demonstration. If I do that, I've answered all 6 of the buyer's interests.
Got it.
Partly answered, Don.
Come through
Sure,
their
you should
front window
always
with a
give complete
plane.
demonstration.
Wearing a
But you've
dress.
got to do
I like how he's
thorough
pondering over
job
this
on the
conundrum that his
prospect's main
boss has
interest.
set for him
For
instead of doing
those are certainly
actual
good
work
looking
like
shoes to have
anybody
on.
else.
Why did you buy them?
Didn't they imply he was a good salesman already anyway?
Oh, yeah.
In this job, you know.
So now he's been
Exactly.
removed from
And
that.
while the shoe salesman mentioned appearance and economy, you wouldn't have bought those shoes unless they were comfortable. Someone else might have been more impressed by
So his
appearance,
boss turned him into a
but to you,
schizo.
Yeah.
comfort was the chief interest. So the salesman hit that hard. The thing is that different people attach different degrees of importance to each of the 6 buyers' interests. One may think performance is the most important. Another, economy, or safety, or comfort.
I get it. My job in selling is to find out which of these interests each prospect is most interested in. And then to show that my product is the answer.
Absolutely. Product knowledge, the 4 steps of the sale, the rules for handling people. All these things should be aimed continually at finding the prospect's interests. And then, proving that your product best fills those interests. That's true of every salesman, no matter what he's selling. Take Pete, for example. He sells china, very expensive china, and not so expensive china.
Morning, madam.
What can I show you today?
Ah, yes, another fantastic day in Pete's
All
China
right,
store.
Did you want something for every
It's in
day,
quotes,
or
too.
were you interested in something more elaborate?
Well, something for every day.
Like
I
Pete's
don't want
China
something.
store.
My present dishes are always chipping.
I see. So you're interested in something low-priced, yet durable.
Yes.
I
What would
think
you
we've
say
got
if I
just
put
about
myself
what you have in
inside
mind.
you?
Some new low-price patterns just came in.
You didn't see the quotation marks, did you?
Here's one we consider very
This
attractive.
isn't really a China store at all.
And the price is surprisingly low for dinnerware.
Didn't
of
you
this
notice the
quality.
sign was on the
It's
back
durable,
wall? You
too,
didn't even know
for
what this
everyday
was when you
use.
walked in.
Let me tell you why this china is so durable.
You see,
As you may have noticed that
Pete established with a simple question.
Trying to
or two
remember all
just
six
what
and
his
just can't.
customers' main
What a
interests
creepy
were.
store he runs.
Then he showed merchandise that satisfied those interests.
Dark and has one shelf.
And he stressed the things that
Yeah,
applied
there's some
to
red
the
flags
You have to do that in
at
selling China.
Pete's China store.
And you have to do it in selling
Oh,
men's
and Pete's clothing store, another front for his
Yes, sir,
mob
Mr.
business.
Williams. At the price,
Yes.
this suit is really a steal. And it'll wear like a carpet. Sure.
Wear like a
And the price
carpet.
is okay.
That's what I heard.
I tell you, it doesn't feel right. It's too heavy. Oh, but Mr.
I said it
Williams,
was like
you're
a
wearing
how
it
beautifully
wrong.
it fits you, and the color made for you, and at that price. Listen, I wouldn't take this dog bed for a gift.
Wait a minute. Hold everything. Let's back up a little and do it right.
He insulted you. It's time to belt him
Seems a
across
little
the
heavy.
face.
You'd be more comfortable with a lighter weight material? Right. Let's just try on this lightweight pinstripe. See if it
Wear
doesn't
like a
give you the
lighter
comfort
carpet.
you want. And it'll hold the press about as well as any material you can find. Well, this is better.
Yes, that was better. When a prospect gives you a hint as to what his interests are, stay on the beam. Prove his interests. If he wants comfort, sell him comfort, not price or appearance. A good salesman keeps that constantly in mind in selling clothing, and it's the same thing with radio.
Oh, sure.
Real furniture construction, as you can see.
My God, this Pete is a real
The wood
snake
is about
oil
the finest
salesman.
we've seen in any
Beat
radio
snake
cabinet.
oil store.
Genuine hardwoods and hardwood veneers, not synthetic.
No, it certainly is good looking.
Yeah.
And for loading and unloading the phonograph, it's really convenient. You just pull the door open and the record player slides out where you can reach it easily.
It is convenient.
Yeah.
Of course, the most important thing about any radio set is, how does it perform?
Yeah, performance.
Like
How
an
about that?
airplane.
That's what I want to see.
Yes, how does
Or a
this one
cigarette.
perform on this new FM everyone is talking about?
Well, just wait till you hear it. But first, I'd like to tell you some of the reasons why the performance of this set is so much superior.
If you put it in a
Now,
shiny
the performance
dress,
begins right here.
really will make you look
Well,
at it.
there are lots of ways of doing
Yes.
it, but you have to find out which of the 6 interests your prospects are most interested
This is a
in.
jet
Then
radio.
You have to demonstrate
Need to
your
be
product
like
in
the
terms
legendary
of that interest.
Kacepta.
Well, Don, that's the story. Actually, you
The
really knew
comfort
those
of a
things all
home.
along.
The safety
Just
of
have
a
to remember
baby.
them.
The
All the
economy
time,
of a
every
windmill.
step of the
The
same.
performance of a
Remember
jet
what
engine.
people want.
The durability of a
That's what
bridge.
Carter was
And
talking
the
about.
appearance of a shiny model.
The things people want.
What is the acronym?
6 buyers' interests. Comfort,
Kacepta.
safety, economy, durability, performance, and appearance.
Yes, sir.
Well, you
That's
put it in a different order, you
That's the answer
ass.
to what people want.
Yeah, we'll never get it.
All the product
You
knowledge.
don't do it in the right
the
order. It's just a
four-step
weapon
sales,
of complete
the
destruction.
rules for handling people, they're all aimed at just one thing. Finding out exactly what a prospect wants.
That's what went wrong
and
on
then
9/11.
proving that has it.
They did
See? I knew it
they
all
did
the
the
time.
operation in the wrong order, and then the planes right into the building. He didn't understand that the airplane was just.
You can hear the music.
He's annoyed by it. The plane was a metaphor. The Taliban did not know that. They were really trying to sell their ideas. They thought, well, she used the performance of this airplane to show the durability of this building we like so damn much. And whoops.